Hey guys, Econ John here. Welcome back to our video series on an advanced overview of monopoly. In this video, we're going to talk about quality, choice, welfare, and profit. Let's go. So the models that we've been considering thus far with regards to a monopolist is that they can only control production in terms of quantity. More realistically, we know that there is also a choice regarding product quality. The insight we hope to gain from adding such a parameter to our models is understanding what the implications are for welfare and profits from varying such parameters, such as quantity and quality together. We invoke two assumptions regarding quality. Quality is increasing in utility for consumers. That means its first partial derivative with respect for quality of our utility function is greater than zero. And quality is increasing in costs for our monopolists, meaning that costs actually go up, right? For our analysis, we will be considering that consumers possess a quasi-linear utility function for a simplified analysis. So this quasi-linear part, this is with reference to a possible secondary good Y, not necessarily the quality of good X, which we will be analyzing. So based on what we said before, we have our social welfare function and our profit function being the following, where we just include quality a part of these functional forms, and our profit maximization problem is now done with respect to quantity produced and this quality parameter. So in order to get some insights from these results by adding this quality parameter, we need to take our first order conditions with respect to quantity and quality. We see that our first order conditions for our profit function is the following, and for our welfare function, it's also the following. This is given by 1, 2, and 3 and 4 respectively. So substituting 1 and 2 into 3 and 4 respectively, as well as noting the fact that our marginal utility is equal to price. That's where our consumer consumes, right? That's just an optimization condition. We have the following key results: equation 5 and equation 6. Equation 5 states that the social welfare function is increasing in quantity. This is because the monopolist restricts output. You guys should know that consumer welfare is always increasing in quantity, holding everything else fixed. From equation 6, we see welfare changes are ambiguous as there's both a scale and substitution effect. Mathematically, this depends on the sign of the partial derivative of our price function, the second derivative, with respect to x and q, right? Which varies case by case. Just one point over here, you might be a little bit confused as you see a negative sign out of the front of equation 5. The partial derivative of price with respect to quantity is going to be negative, and we're just throwing a negative sign in front of that, so that's positive. So let's talk about visualizing what happens when quality of output improves. An increase in quality will shift our demand curve outward, right? This is noted by 1 over here. It then rotates it, right? This is because there is this second order effect that is going and happening. Thus, demand increases, but consumer surplus will drop proportionally to the amount it rotates. So in this case, we see that, there is a overall decrease in consumer surplus, right? And, this is pretty bad for consumers. But what we end up going and seeing, right, it really depends on the scale of what these two effects are. So this is not really a generalizable result, right, because it depends on our functional forms. I just want to show you that there is a shifting outward and then a rotation from the quality change. So that's the video on the impact of including quality in our analysis of our monopolists. I hope this video helps. Take care.